Hello everyone, it's Dark Seeker here, bringing you another Hearthstone video. This time we're revisiting Thijs's Shaman deck, his Totem Shaman deck. Now, for those of you that don't know, Thijs is a pro player who's had a lot of success in tournaments this year, and one of the decks that he showcased just after TGT came out was a Totem Shaman deck. Now, I took a look at this deck in one of the earlier videos in my channel. That's going back to sort of mid-September. And I thought, well, we'd take another look at this deck just to see, after TGT has been out for a while, how effective is this deck still. Because it runs some TGT cards like Tuskar Totemic, which you can see there, of which I've drawn 2 of those into my hand. So yeah, this is a Totems deck, Tuskar Totemic, Totem Golems in this deck, but apart from that, it's very much like a mid-range Shaman. It does also run Thunder Bluff Valiant, which if you head into the late game and that card goes uncontested, then you pretty much win the game, more or less. So we're going up against a paladin here who played shielded minibot. Now we're going to ignore that minibot and we're going to go face. We're going to go face. Lightning Storm, very useful to, for an AoE if the Paladin plays lots of low health minions. And these are low health minions, and that's quite interesting. He invested an awful lot to take out my minion there. Ooh, Mana Tide. Really good. I could have gone for Lightning Storm there, but I decided not to. There isn't enough on the board to warrant it, and I think the Mana Tide Totem is threatening enough. So there's the Cog Hammer. That is one of the best Paladin cards you can have, and then he's just proving why it is there. It's so good. The 2/1 horse now has Divine Shield, and that's going to be very annoying to remove. Very, very annoying to remove. I'd have to make a double trade, and it would kill both of my minions. So I'm contemplating a Hex here. If I don't Hex, well, what do I do? Well, I've got a Shredder, or I've got another... well, I was going to say a Haunted Creeper and a Totem. If I'm playing on curve with mana. However, I think that Hex is better. And the reason Hex is better is because it keeps both minions alive, for now. So it's not a waste. There was a Divine Shield there. Well, he said that was a mistake, and yeah, it was a mistake, because there's the Sludge Belch. That's going to be super annoying. Oh look, there's another Hex. The top deck Hex. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair, clearly. And we go face. So by going face, with the Zombie Chow, I mean, the problem is, the Zombie Chow is going to hurt me in this game. Because you notice I'm going face a lot here, but it's going to give him 5 health back. And in some ways, it's going to be as if I didn't do any of that damage at all. And that's the trouble with Zombie Chow. You really want to use Zombie Chow to trade into minions early in the game, to control the board, so you can place other minions down. And then when you do start going face, there isn't much of a negative impact that falls back on you. But yeah, because 5 health return to the Paladin, especially as we head into the mid-game, is a big deal. It's actually a big deal. So yeah, there is a drawback with Zombie Chow. So Taunt Totem is okay, I guess, but now the decision is, well, what do we play? We could play on curve and play the Shredder. We could play on curve and play Defender of Argus, or we can do this. We can play off curve and hope for a nice totem. Oh, Healing Totem. Okay. That could come in handy later. Okay, we're going to trade. I was thinking about going face there, but we only heal the Zombie Chow for 2. For 1, and he goes back to 2 health. So yeah, it wasn't worthwhile going face. Consecration results are something we're afraid of here, so trading is definitely a good thing. There is Dr. Boom, or Dr. 7, because it's turn 7, he's a green, you play him. Lotheb and a Shredder is quite threatening on board. It really is. Boom could equalise things. So I think it's sensible. It's sensible to play Boom. And the question is, do I want to attack with the 3-2? What secret could that be? Let's go face. Okay, it's probably Avenge then. It wasn't Noble Sacrifice. It wasn't... Could it be Redemption? It wasn't Repentance, because Boom didn't go down to 1 health. So this is tricky. He's trading. This is interesting. Okay. I have a 1 attack. Sorry, a 1 attack Doctor. Did I say 1 health earlier? No. Yeah, I did. Eldor Peacekeeper puts Boom down to 1 attack. That's not... It's not the end of the world, because we have a Defender of Argus, which can taunt up Boom. Now is a good time for Lightning Storm. We kill everything. There's Redemption. Okay, as expected. And there's...
Thank you.
He says thank you. Oh gosh. That's bad. Well, it's not bad. They've got 1 health. Oh, that's good. Huh. Okay, we've gone from being that's bad to that's good. The Bluegill Warrior, sure they had charge, but they were at 1 health, and we could make the easy trades. There's Tyrion. Now I wish I'd saved a Hex. This is where Hex would have been really worthwhile. Really worthwhile. But unlike the Paladin, we have cards. We have cards for days. We can even draw a card with the Azure Drake. So, what's the best option here? We're at 7 mana because of Overload. We're going to pop the shield. I think that's worthwhile. We could just play the Shredder and the Creeper. That's not mana efficient. Well, is there a play here that's actually truly mana efficient? Well, Drake and Creeper would be mana efficient. Or do I just want to taunt up? Do I just want to taunt up? This is the question. No, let's go with the Drake. Did that in the wrong order there. Yeah, I did that in the wrong order. What I should have done was play the Drake first, drawn into Earthshock, and used Earthshock on Tyrion. But it's okay. It's okay. I can still use Earthshock. Sure. Because Earthshock wouldn't have killed Tyrion, so you're still going to use Tyrion to trade anyway. Yeah. That was maybe a slightly wasted consecration there. It doesn't kill my Drakes off. It doesn't kill them off yet. Oh, very nice. Okay. He used Tyrion on a creeper, on a haunted creeper, which is maybe you could argue a bit of a waste. And now I can finish off Tyrion. So I guess in some ways my plays were okay. They worked out fine in the end. And yeah, sure, fine. So coming back against this board, unless he has another consecration, it's going to be very difficult. Well, even then, consecration only kills 2 minions. So yeah, we're fine. What we're fearing here, of course, is buffing up his 1/1s. We're fearing a Quartermaster. That could end up going quite badly for us, but Defender of Argus will stop Quartermaster shenanigans, and there is a Shaman outvaluing a Paladin and managing to win. Fantastic. Okay, so moving on now. Going to go into another game, and we're joining this one in progress. It's against another Shaman. We've played a Totem Golem, we've played a Haunted Creeper, we've made a trade on the board into his totem. Which was a 1/1 totem, I believe, because he totemed on the previous turn. So we've got a 1/1 Haunted Creeper, and he plays the Shredder. Well, that is absolutely fine, because I have options in my hand. Double Rockbiter Weapon. This is fascinating. This is one of those things where you think to yourself, do you save it? Do you save it for a big face attack? It is a lot of damage. This deck does not run Doomhammer though. So we're not going to be able to combo Rockbiter with Doomhammer, but we can combo Rockbiter with minions to go face. Alternatively, we can combo it for big trades, for significant trades on the board. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so Totem Golem, 5/4. It's quite threatening. It's quite threatening. I mean, even the Spectral Spiders are threatening as 3/1s. So, he needs Lightning Storm. He needs Lightning Storm here in order to win this game. Because otherwise, I'm just going to go crazy on this board. Earth Shot. Valuing the threat of my totem there, the Flame Tongue totem, but that's okay. I'm just gonna trade really. I have nothing to play here because my hand is full of utility. Now, what I'd be after is a Defender of Argus. Defender of Argus would actually give my Flame Tongue totem some value. Okay. Still utility in hand. But we're going to clear the Drake. We're going to clear the Drake, and yeah, we're going to use the Spider to do it. The only trouble with keeping the Flame Tongue totem on board is that it is useless until we get Argus, and it's sort of taking up space. I was contemplating using Totem to trade in there and using the Spider as well. But, okay, so there's his board clear. He was hoping for a spell damage totem. He didn't get it. And that's one of the issues with Shaman. It's very, very RNG centric. And when you take into account the overload effect, it makes it even more challenging to play. But I want to give this deck a second go. It worked out very well when I first played it, but I think that was more a surprise factor. I think that people were trying to adjust to TGT and maybe weren't truly aware of what the different cards could do or how they worked. So when I first played this, and you can see the video on my channel when I first played this deck, it worked out incredibly well. But as I say, we've moved on several weeks now from TGT, and people I think are more aware of what Shamans can do. What's interesting also is that when TGT first came out, you saw a lot of Shamans on ladder initially, and that's died down, that's calmed down an awful lot. When I've been laddering with my Hunter recently, I've only met really one Shaman. It's all been Secret Paladins and Tempo Mages and Face Hunters still. Face Hunter is still a thing on ladder. Which is interesting with thinking that Face Hunter would die out. Well, not exactly Face Hunter all of the time. There's also more aggressive variants of Hunter that are running. I mean, Hybrid Hunter is still a thing on ladder. Right, this is really good for him. Fire Elemental. That's the equivalent of a Hunter's Savannah Highmane. It's his big card. Now, I have options. Lightning Storm, Feral Spirit. I can combo a couple of things here. I have a Spell Power Totem up, which makes Lightning Storm very, very attractive. Because when's the next time I'm going to have a guaranteed Spell Power Totem? It's really hard to say. So we do the 4 damage. And we have to clear it. I'm actually going to tank the damage to the face because I can afford to tank it. How is he going to kill me at 24 health? And I value keeping my totems alive, especially that healing totem is very valuable. Dr. Boom, interesting. Sort of like a last resort, a last gasp, if you will. Earth Shock's going to be really good against a bomb, but let's count lethal. We don't have lethal yet. So what I'm going to do is we're going to Hex Boom. I think that's always a given. And beyond that, we can still play out our hand. Silencing a bomb, I think, is really worthwhile because those bombs can well, they can help swing things back into his favour. I mean, it is looking quite difficult at this point, but you know, they have been known to do you know, various odd things in games, because remember, the bombs can land for 4 damage and that can take out something significant on my board. You know, taking out a Flame Tongue Totem would be significant because it removes quite a high, it removes 4 attack from the opposite minions. That's quite significant. So removing the bomb there, silencing it and removing it is a priority. And yeah, just clearing his board. He's left there, he's got his healing totem. That isn't going to be doing much. And I think this is pretty much game. Count the damage on the board. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 damage. It's not lethal, but how does he come back? Thunderbluff Valiant. That's the card I mentioned earlier. It's a game-winning card because of what it does to totems. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's too slow and it's too late. On a board full of totems, it's a winning card. Unfortunately, there's only 2 totems there, and only one of which he can attack with. So, yeah, too slow. But what he has managed to do is clear a minion away, and there's my Dr. Boom. So now I need to make the decision, do I start trading or do I go face and play Boom? This is the question. The other problem, though, is there are 5 minions on board, including totems. Boom isn't going to fit. Well, Boom will fit, but a bomb, one of the bombs will not. So I'm going to start trading. I think that's smart. I can't leave. I don't want to leave that that minion on board. It is too dangerous because it's not over yet. He's still at 14 health, and I want to get the full value from Dr. Boom. So let's just trade. Let's just trade everything away, and let's play Boom. We'll play Boom on the left-hand side. So one of my bombs will get the buff, the attack buff, which is pretty good. Now we have lethal, I believe. Yes, we do. Yeah. We have 15 on board. What he's hoping for is that Taunt Totem, and he actually gets it. But we have the initiative. There's our Thunderbluff Valiant. Okay. Now we have lethal, because the Thunderbluff just buffed up the Flame Tongue Totem. Tremendous. So yeah, there we go. Not saying another victory with this deck. Right, gonna head into one more game. We'll do our quest. We'll get our 3 wins. So the next game, who are we up against? A druid. Huh. Okay. Interesting hand. Yeah, very interesting hand. We're going to keep the Totemic, we're going to keep the Creeper, we'll get rid of the Earth Shock. And do we keep the Rockbiter weapon? It could have its uses in the early game for clearing, so we're going to keep it. Okay, so heading into this game now. The question is, do you coin out the Haunted Creeper? No, because we'd need to play the Flame Tongue on the next turn. There's Innovate. That's super scary. And he plays a Shredder. Wow, unbelievable. How do we contest that? Well, we have options. I think just popping the Shredder is a smart move to begin with. Wow, Lorewalker Cho, that's tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. I was going to coin out a Creeper, but I'm not going to give him a coin. Okay, Lorewalker Cho could really put this game into my favour. The Druid does have lots of spells. Swipe, for instance. We're going to stop him from playing those spells. Living Roots is another spell. Let's take the advantage to put lots of things on our board while we can, and then just essentially rush him down. Okay, that strategy isn't working very well. Okay, let's see what else we can do. We can Shredder here. Alternatively, we can Flame Tongue Totem, but I don't think that's really going to do anything against that board. So let's, instead of Shreddering, let's double Creeper. Double Creeper is strong because I can interweave the Flame Tongue Totems between the Creepers and between the Healing Totem, and I can do a bit of damage as we head into the game. So yeah, that's pretty strong. Yeah. Okay, Hero Power. He killed a Creeper for some reason. Why would he do that? Oh, okay, he just wants to break him down. Okay, so Flame Tongue Totem here could be very, very strong because what we'll do is we'll take out the Keeper of the Grove with one Spectral Spider, and we're just going to totem up and drop more stuff. So now we're building a board, and notice I'm leaving Lorewalker Cho alive. I'm leaving him alive because now I'm limiting the Druid's arsenal here. You know, he'd probably want to swipe down some of these minions, but he's not going to be able to. Even playing combo, if he wanted to play part of the combo, it would be very, very awkward to do so because he'd give me, he'd give me Force of Nature. Even if he only wanted to use Force of Nature to clear a couple of minions, he'd still give it to me. So yeah, Lorewalker Cho wins that game. So yeah, all in all, this isn't a bad deck. It's, I think, a deck now that people are used to playing against because TGT has been out for a while, so you're not really seeing much Shaman on the ladder. But if the RNG goes your way, the Shaman deck here is still very, very strong. Hex, tremendous card for controlling the board. Thunderbluff, Valiant for that late game push with the totems. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. Thanks very much for joining me, everyone, and I will see you all again very soon.